showcasing his talent is beyond that of many of the first grade sorcerers such as Todo and Nanami, some of which being 10 plus years older than Megumi and still haven't developed a domain. Hey, what's up everybody? It's LeeLos, and today we're talking about how strong is full potential Megumi. Stay steady in pursuit of your dreams and goals. You're born to win, you're made for greatness, and I definitely believe in you guys. Keep up the great work each and every day. So, Megumi Fushiguro is a character stated to have some of the most potential in the entire verse of Jujutsu Kaisen. Today we're going to analyze every single power-up and ability this character has displayed to find out overall just how powerful would Megumi be if he ever reached his full potential. At the start of the series, during the Goodwill arc, Megumi was already on par with grade 2 sorcerers, which implies that he was powerful enough to defeat some first grade curses, being so strong that even a tank might not be enough to take them down. Born with one of the most valuable curse techniques in the entire series, Megumi not only had the potential to become the strongest living member of the Zenin clan, but he was also implied to have the potential to one day surpass even Gojo. As the series progresses from the Goodwill arc to Shibuya, Megumi continues working on his weaknesses and growing in power. He develops an incomplete domain as a first-year student and uses it to defeat a special grade curse in a 1v1, an extremely impressive feat showcasing his talent is beyond that of many of the first grade sorcerers such as Todo and Nanami, some of which being 10 plus years older than Megumi and still haven't developed a domain. Even Geto never displayed a domain expansion, despite him being considered a prodigy as well, who once fought side by side with a pre-awakened Gojo. By the start of the Shibuya arc, Megumi is confirmed to be a second grade sorcerer and is now undergoing a test to see if he qualifies to be a first grade sorcerer. Megumi's hand-to-hand combat skills have improved so vastly that now he can somewhat do combo attacks with a monster like Shibuya Yuji, a character so strong that at the start of Shibuya, even without amping himself with black flashes, was already stated to be on par with Nanami in striking strength. Megumi himself admits matching pace with Yuji was challenging, but he doesn't complain about this when comboing with Maki. It could have been due to a significant gap in physical strength between Yuji and Megumi, or it could have been simply due to bad teamwork between Yuji and Megumi, maybe even a combination of both. During Shibuya, Toji was on a rampage, stated to be fighting the strongest person around. Despite this, Toji chose to fight a tired Megumi who had just closed his domain, rather than a severely battle-damaged Nanami or Naobito. Maybe Toji simply chose to fight Megumi because he's Megumi's father, or maybe Toji instinctively sensed the power of Maharaga, but this scene could be used to argue that this version of Megumi is stronger than a massively damaged Nanami or Naobito. Further proof of Megumi getting closer to that first grade sorcerer level of power. The Culling Games are where Megumi displays his most impressive feats in the entire series. Megumi holds his own, battling multiple of Regi's sorcerers at the same time, killing one of them within moments of their fight starting. He then proceeds to figure out the basics behind Regi's curse technique and a weakness to his ability almost instantly. Megumi displayed impressive battle intelligence by using the inside of a gymnasium to act as a fake barrier for his incomplete domain, and impressive strength by withstanding the force of 2.4 tons, then proceeds to box Regi Star in hand-to-hand combat. Regi Star being a guy so powerful that he carried at least 6 tons on his back while lifting maximum elephant. After this battle, Megumi is taken over by Sukuna, and the feats performed by Sukuna, along with statements about Megumi's domain, gives us a good idea for how strong a full potential Megumi could become. Sukuna was so skilled that he was able to use the abilities of the Shikigami without summoning them, essentially giving Sukuna access to 10 additional curse techniques. In theory, a full potential Megumi should be capable of the same. same. Furthermore, during the time Sukuna tamed Maharaga, Maharaga developed a dismantle that bypasses infinity, almost like a makeshift world-cutting slash of its own. If a full potential Megumi grows strong enough to defeat and tame this Maharaga, then he too would have access to summoning Maharaga as an ally. But it's unknown if Maharaga would keep the slash ability from Sukuna. To defeat this version of Maharaga, Megumi's best chance would be a completed version of his domain. Kusakabe states that Yuji developed rapidly as a sorcerer due to 15-finger Sukuna using advanced techniques while possessing Yuji's body in Shibuya. Furthermore, Yuji gained the curse technique Shrine due to being a vessel for Sukuna for so long. In theory, this implies that not only would Megumi's talent become stronger than it already was during the Culling Games, but Megumi might develop Shrine the same way that Yuji did, and he might someday even have 2 domain expansions, one for Shrine, similar to Yuji's, and one for the 10 Shadows. Seeing how Sukuna possessed Megumi's body and fought a full-power extreme diff fight against Gojo Satoru, there's a possibility that Megumi would get an even bigger talent buff than Yuji did. Someday, Megumi might even develop an open barrier domain due to Sukuna spamming an open barrier domain several times while possessing Megumi. The 10 Shadows domain gives Megumi wider access to his Shikigami abilities. He can also make shadow clones and drown his opponents in his shadow. Furthermore, Gojo implied that Sukuna should have been able to summon Maharaga while using domain expansion at the same time. In theory, a full potential Megumi could hit people with an open barrier 10 Shadows domain, Maharaga, and possibly even Shrine all at the same time. It's debatable as to whether or not Megumi's individual Shikigami would ever be as strong as the ones Sukuna summoned. They were massively amped by Sukuna's insane amount of cursed energy, but maybe Megumi could someday bridge the gap by improving his efficiency or by using binding vows of some kind. All that being said, a full potential Megumi in theory should have been one of the strongest characters in the entire series. Megumi's mentality was the largest thing holding him back, so we don't know if he ever actually reached his full potential, but hopefully Gege will release an answer to that in the future. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.